With these matches, there are no disqualifications. Anything goes. It's a miracle on 34th Street Fight. And David Otunga was really forced into this match by Mick Foley. And this puts David Otunga in a tough situation. Randy Orton is one of the most dangerous superstars in WWE history. And now David Otunga has to be in the same ring and in the same match against Randy Orton. And Randy Orton clotheslines David Otunga to the outside onto the floor. And Randy Orton needs to be fully focused here. After that loss to Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, doesn't want to show signs of Wade Barrett being in his head. That's the last thing you want if you're Randy Orton. And Orton just sends David Otunga into that Christmas tree. And David Otunga has a law degree, has been offering legal advice to the WWE superstars. And Orton with that sinister smirk on his face. Oh, but Otunga drives Orton spine first. And again, Orton goes spine in to the ring apron. The hardest part of the ring. What a heavy right. And David Otunga starting to turn things around here. But Orton trying to fight back. And Otunga gets sent face first on the announce desk. Randy Orton taking that tray of the Christmas cookies. Randy Orton took a bite. Boom! What a shot. The cookie tray right into the spine of David Otunga. Randy Orton using everything to his advantage. Oh my. And Randy Orton just sent David Otunga flying into the steel steps. And Randy Orton making sure to carb up, get some extra energy from that Christmas cookie. As Orton slowly walks towards his prey. Randy Orton. Oh boy. David Otunga. Oh, able to counter, sending Orton into the steel steps. You talk about a miracle on 34th Street. It might be a miracle if David Otunga is able to survive Randy Orton. But Randy Orton just got suplexed by Otunga. Otunga seems to be holding up pretty well when it comes to going against the Viper, Randy Orton. And now David Otunga looking under the ring. It's a candy kendo stick. Oh, but Orton with a takedown. Bringing out that amateur background of his. And right hands unloading on David Otunga. Randy Orton can just be so quick. And the candy kendo stick. Merry Christmas, David Otunga. Just threw a present at the back of the head of Otunga. Otunga thought he could escape. Meanwhile, Randy Orton getting a laugh out of it. This is a miracle on 34th Street fight. And I don't blame David Otunga for trying to scurry away. Into the big tree. David Otunga has been laid to waste. Otunga writhing in pain as Orton stands tall. You know, I mentioned earlier wondering if Randy Orton was focused on Wade Barrett, but it seems like Randy Orton isn't worried about any mind games right now. Anything playing with his head. He is solely focused on the damage he has been causing David Otunga throughout this match. And Orton sends Otunga. Uh-oh. No, not this. You never really see Randy Orton do it to the outside on the floor. No, no, no. He has a family. That's vintage Randy Orton. Oh, speak of the devil, there's Wade Barrett. Barrett with a big boot to Randy Orton. Wade Barrett. That this is personal. Wade Barrett saying that this is personal. Wade Barrett wants to do everything possible to take out the Viper. The second straight night in a row. Barrett looking to make sure Orton loses. But Orton able to kick out. And it's all legal. It's a street fight. Anything goes. No disqualifications. No countouts. Pinfall or submission. And Otunga now back up to his feet. Stomping a mud hole in Randy Orton. Driving his boot into the chest of the Viper. And now unloading with clubbing blows and kicks. Trying to figure out a way. Doing everything he can to keep Randy Orton down. But the problem is it seems Otunga's letting his frustrations get the best of him. I'd say the best legal advice I could give you, Mr. Otunga, is stay focused on the prize. And here comes the Viper on a clothesline. Snap power slam as Orton shows signs of a whole new life. A second wind for the Viper. Oh, this is not going to be good for David Otunga. RKO. Slithers into the cover, and Randy Orton wins the Miracle on 34th Street Fight. Despite Wade Barrett trying to get involved and cost Randy Orton for the second time in a row, Randy Orton made sure that it didn't happen. Randy Orton was not going to take a second embarrassing loss at the hands of Wade Barrett. Tonight was Randy Orton's night to take on David Otunga and prove exactly why he's the apex predator here in this 34th Street Fight. Absolutely brutality when Orton sent David Otunga into the trees up at the entrance stage. And then it was that after that DDT onto the floor where Wade Barrett would come from behind. The Barrett barrage attacking Orton. Then a big boot right to the skull of the Viper. And then with Randy Orton being able to regroup, it only took one RKO for the 1, 2, 3. That is as direct as it gets when it comes to sending a message to Wade Barrett from Randy Orton.